The world today is in the midst of an unprecedented revolution in the information and technology arena, one which has impacted every sector of the economy and social life, bringing peoples and nations together and making the world a true global village. Properly harnessed and channeled, innovations in information and technology are a sure path to greater freedom, prosperity, and fraternity for all humanity. In governance, the use of technology and new ways to gather, store, interpret, and disseminate information has provided new and exciting frontiers in the delivery of public goods and services. Financial technology, in particular, presents an opportunity for deepening of trade and investment links across the globe, as evidenced by this forum, which seeks to strengthen and expand the millennia of economic and social links between our two great continents by building a digital bridge between Africa and Asia. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to join me in applauding the Central Bank of Kenya and the Monetary Authority of Singapore for their signing of a Memorandum of Understanding that will underpin cooperation in innovation between our two central banks. This being the first ever such Memorandum of Understanding between an African country and a counterpart in Asia. I am pleased to note that the MOU sets the foundation for joint innovation projects on the application of key emerging technologies such as digital mobile payments, blockchain, big data, and artificial intelligence. These projects will enhance the digital infrastructure in both countries and catalyze trade and investment between Asia and Africa. In Kenya, citizens began to trade goods and services with mobile phone airtime units. This was what inspired M-Pesa, a revolutionary money transfer platform that has radically transformed the conduct of business across all sectors of our economy, and a transformative solution that has gained global acclaim in enhancing financial inclusion. The M-Pesa money transfer has in effect become a global poster child for financial services innovation. As our Minister for Finance has said, riding on mobile phone financial services across access to financial services in Kenya has more than tripled from 26% in 2006 to 82% in 2019. More importantly, mobile phone financial services have lifted thousands of Kenyans out of poverty and enhanced their livelihoods. We are scoring astounding accomplishments as a result of fintech. Technology-driven financial inclusion is not a success story that is limited to Kenya alone, but rather one which is evidenced in every other African country. All African countries have driven transformation of their financial inclusion landscape by leveraging on mobile phone technology in one way or another. Indeed, Africa has one of the fastest growing mobile phone adoption and penetration rates globally. However, with a continental average penetration rate of approximately 44% against a global average of approximately 66%, Africa still has tremendous space for growth in mobile phone penetration and the attendant opportunities in delivery of financial services through mobile phones. My government has also long sought to develop ways in which MSMEs can surmount the traditional constraints to access to loans that arise from lack of collateral or credit information history. I was therefore very pleased when a consortium of Kenyan banks, convened by the Central Bank of Kenya, launched a revolutionary MSME credit financing scheme that we dubbed STAWI, which in Swahili means prosper. STAWI, whose pilot was launched in May of 2019, targets to provide MSMEs with an anytime, anywhere product that leverages on both traditional and non-traditional sources of credit, information, particularly digital payment footprints arising from mobile money transactions, in order to allow banks to form an accurate credit appraisal of MSMEs for the purpose of credit rating. The use of big data and artificial intelligence that the product is built on, in effect, de-risks the MSMEs and enables the reduction of credit costs. While STAWI is still in its inception stage, I am delighted to report that STAWI loans will be offered at single-digit interest rates, greatly enhancing access to credit by SMEs, which will ultimately lead to greater shared prosperity for all our citizens. These and other innovations in fintech are a tremendous success. They have been achieved by Kenya in a relatively short period of time. But this does not mean that we will rest on our laurels, but instead, we must continue to explore even greater ways to bring the full benefits of the digital economy to all Kenyans. It was with this imperative in mind that earlier in the year, I launched Kenya's Digital Economy Blueprint in Kigali, Rwanda in May of this year. The vision of the blueprint is a digitally empowered citizenry living in a digitally enabled society. We aspire for a Kenya where every citizen, enterprise, and organization has digital access and the capacity to participate and thrive in the digital economy. This is the thinking that has informed Kenya's Digital Economy Blueprint and its 5 pillars for a thriving digital economy. The pillars are digital government, digital business infrastructure, innovation-driven entrepreneurship, and digital skills and values. This blueprint serves as one of Kenya's contributions in championing the growth of an Africa-wide digital economy. It is our hope and wish that our sister African countries will find value in Kenya's blueprint and customize its elements for adoption within their own ecosystems. This will bring forth an African digital economy that underpins the growth and prosperity of all our citizens. To maximize our benefits, we must build ecosystems that facilitate digital transactions nationally, regionally, as well as globally. And therefore, once again, I am really pleased that the first concrete output of the MOU between the Central Bank of Kenya and the Monetary Authority of Singapore will be on co-development of foundational infrastructure on identity, data, and electronic Know Your Customer procedures. Identity and electronic Know Your Customer are critical prerequisites to enhancing financial inclusion while ensuring financial integrity at both national and cross-border levels. This initiative between our two central banks aligns well with the ongoing drive by my government to introduce a single source of truth, digital identity. The resultant new single unique identifier will allow all persons in Kenya, whether citizens or non-citizens, to access government services more expeditiously and efficiently, and will also be leveraged by the private sector to provide for faster and more secure transactions, particularly in the financial services sector. So, ladies and gentlemen, fintech festivals such as this provide an opportunity for exchange of ideas and experiences, as well as two-way learning. It is imperative that this festival provides concrete deliverables that can be adopted as new solutions or strengthening of existing ones. It is also important that fintech provides an enabling space for the participation of our young people, who are the drivers of new information age and the new economy. I therefore congratulate both the Central Bank of Kenya and the Monetary Authority of Singapore for inviting the youth from our universities and from startup fintech space to participate in this event. In particular, I welcome the launch of the Global Hackathon at this festival, the first of its kind in this region. I've been informed that the hackathon will provide young fintech entrepreneurs with the opportunity to showcase their skills and their potential solutions to problem statements on sustainable finance. Thereafter, they will be afforded with mentoring opportunities so that they may enhance their skills and knowledge bases and also develop their solutions. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward not to just collaborations between governments at this festival, but also the various private sector entities represented here from Africa, Asia, and beyond. It is only through such public and private sector collaborations and partnerships that we can build truly robust and resilient digital economies that leave no one behind and score outstanding accomplishments for all our citizens.